We'll have Terry Schilling weigh in on that, the president of the American Principles Project. We'll have Jason Nichols as well, the Democrat political analyst, who often brings us impressions and jokes. Jason, good to see you back here. We appreciate that. We're going to get to you in just a bit. Let me start with Terry. So here you had, again, Kamala Harris, not present. She was campaigning. She appeared virtually. But this night was the Obama's night. Michelle, Barack, you've seen the crowd and how they responded. Weigh in on that, of the reaction from the Obamas making their appearance.
Well, this is a bit personal for me, and thanks so much for having me. I'm from the state of Illinois. I've followed Barack Obama's career very closely ever since I was a kid in high school. And look, the Obamas have a track record of projection, right? And they have a track record of speaking very, very well and performing well in these speeches, but they're completely dishonest, right? And the thing is, they have a very hard job to do with Kamala Harris, because at the same time that they have to brag about how great of a president Joe Biden was and how great Kamala Harris has done, they also have to articulate what they're going to do to fix this economy. So which is it? Is the economy in need of repair? Are Americans hurting and suffering in this economy? Or did they do such a great job, and do we need to continue it? I think the answer to most Americans is clear, but this is just more dishonesty and negativity, right? They attack and they smile at the same time, and it's just, quite frankly, nauseating to many people.
You bring up an interesting point, and I've been wondering sort of how Kamala Harris is going to approach this with her campaign. So, Jason, with your background as a Democratic strategist here, what is the plan? I mean, do you embrace the Biden administration, or do you sort of distance yourself from it and cite you being the best solution for the current economy?
Well, I think, first of all, you talk about the progress that's been made. I think the thing that's missing from, with all due respect, Terry's comments, is where we were in 2020, where the country was economically, the fact that we didn't have infrastructure, we had buildings and bridges that were near collapse, and they got bipartisan infrastructure done. They got clean energy jobs created. They've got 800,000 manufacturing jobs brought to this country. You had record low unemployment. Those kinds of things I think she has to lean into, but also, as Joe Biden has stated several times, the job is not done. It's time to finish the job. And Kamala Harris, according to Joe Biden, was the right person for that job, and Democrats agree, having been in the building and seeing the excitement. And I think what you see from seeing the Obamas and Joe Biden the day before was that was the old, and now we're getting into the new with Wednesday and Thursday. And you're going to see some new plans. I mean, she is not the same leader as Joe Biden. No two leaders are the same. But she will also talk about the accomplishments that they've made over the last 4 years when we were in complete disarray coming out of the COVID pandemic.
I want to go back to Terry on that one. Terry Schilling, in one of the quotes that stood out to many, former First Lady Michelle Obama says, "Hope is making a comeback." But Harris has been in office for the past almost 4 years. Where has hope been?
It hasn't been in our grocery stores. It hasn't been at our gas stations. It hasn't been with these American families, and it certainly hasn't been with parents who have been stepping up to defend their children at school board meetings. They've been getting investigated as potential domestic terrorists, and it's certainly hope is not with a 72-year-old grandmother who is now sitting in federal prison for the next 2 years for simply praying at an abortion clinic in Washington, D.C. Listen, they can talk all they want about freedom, but what they really mean is more coercion, more prison time for people that disagree with killing babies and protecting children from all this gender and race ideology that they've injected in schools. They are rewriting history, and they have a good shot at doing it because they have such great pull within the lamestream legacy media. ABC, CBS, CNN, all of these guys, they need to go. Newsmax is the future. Newsmax is where the hope is, and we need more of you guys out there.
Well, thank you so much. We do appreciate it. We do have a presence at the DNC, and we're grateful, of course, for everyone's voice to be heard on this network. We got to leave it right there, gentlemen. Thanks so much for coming on. Again, diverse perspectives. Jason and Terry, thank you.